practice here for a long time, and opinion was greatly divided as between those who felt that the Igbos had a case and that Nigeria was badly governed and that it was time that something happened and that the Igbos were good people who deserved to be, and others who felt that Nigeria should remain as it was and the boundaries should remain. And if you...
So why was there an empire and different groups of natives, right? The Aztecs were the serpent people. No offense. This is why the Mexican mafia is aligned to the Aryan Brotherhood. Okay? Doesn't mean all Southsiders are bad. It means that there's these serpent people that are taking their children and forcing them to join the Aztec Empire. Okay? Now think about the hawks, right? The hawk flying around the fire. What's the difference between the serpent sacrificing the Aztec on the pyramid? You know, the snake temple, the temple of Apep, right? Pyramid. And the hawk flying around the fire. Any of you know? Anyway. Crazy Horse's descendant. Geronimo's tribe? How about in Canada? How about the Cree, the Apache, the Cherokee? Any of you know the difference? Well, watch my videos. Slay the bull with the sword of God. Trample the snake. Use a staff of God. A mighty righteous group of people, or literally a staff. Use your sexual energy. Righteousness. Have sex in a way that is righteous. Make love. Make children out of love. Make war out of love. Make peace out of love. Make temples out of love. Resist, transcend, and defy. Out of love. Have the heart to take on the serpent. Because if you don't, you are a Tinkerbell, namby-pamby, candy-ass, Nancy boy little bitch. I don't give a fuck. You know, if you're 5'2", you know, 80 pounds. Your glasses are fogging up right now. Motherfucker, you find it in your heart to man up. You understand me? You buy a gun, you shoot that motherfucker. You start working out, mind, body, soul. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to work out all the day. Just do a little something to help you keep in shape. You don't have to be a great warrior. But you make sure these APEPs don't push you around. You make sure they don't wrap around your kids and hold them down and swallow them. Why do you think they teach wrestling in school and not sparring? Because we don't teach society to have the discipline to do martial arts in school, and we separate church from state. Well, who separates the church from state? The pagan Romans, right? We don't want that Afro-Asiatic, darky martial arts stuff. We do Greco-Roman wrestling. You know, then there's other white people who say, hey, we can always pretend that the Egyptians were white. How does that sound? Because we think that stuff's cool, and we want to do it. How about we pretend they're white? That's how we got here. The 6, the 9, and the 7 agreeing with the 9. And now Jesus looks like a Nordic motherfucker. Mass is done in Latin, and the Romans were the ones that pushed it.
The mad and homicidal desire to exterminate from the face of the earth 14 million Biafrans drove Gawan and his clique towards unleashing a costly war to attain the unattainable, the subjugation of this young but promising republic. Even with the vast resources of the former Federation of Nigeria, with which to prosecute the war, even with the active collaboration of those international opportunists, Britain and the Soviet Union, an unholy alliance of vested interests.
So Atuku didn't like the Masons, okay, working together. They're international financiers, an unholy alliance. We are holy Christian people, okay? They're the people who've always said, get that Afro-Asiatic mud stuff out of here. We're gonna let the white trash and the snakes from their races deal with the mud, right? the dirt, and then when they're done killing them and their body dries up, they'll sweep the dirt under the rug. That's what it means.
Even with the attempt to subvert our government by suborning some of our highly placed military and civilian personnel, an attempt which was foiled at the nick of time, Gawan has failed to make good his boast to crush Biafra. A campaign which he bragged would only take 48 hours to accomplish has now dragged on for almost 5 months and will drag on for as long as it takes Gawan and his clique, both Nigerian and others, to realize that nothing can shake the will or crush the spirit of a determined people.
Stop right there. How did he put it? The spirit of a determined people. And what makes people tribes and groups? Shared values, right? In every nation there are different groups or cultures, which usually are the result of cults, okay? Because temples were destroyed and they have shared cultural values, right? We are the spirit of Horus, resisting Apep and Set.
If Gawan's military campaign has achieved anything, it is only a confirmation of the fact that Biafrans have nothing to expect but destruction from the hands of their erstwhile Nigerian compatriots. In the few border towns which fell into the hands of the Nigerian forces, Biafrans were pillaged and what could not be stolen was destroyed, while the men were shot and tortured and the women defiled.
This is what they do. Whenever Judah defies Apep, Set is backed up by Apep, the 6 and the 9. This is what they do. 7 must eat 9 and absorb them. They must recognize that my thinking is better. Like this guy did.
It was in the papers here for a long time, and opinion was greatly divided as between those who felt that the Igbos had a case and that Nigeria was badly governed and that it was time that something happened and that the Igbos were good people.
I stop right there. It has to do with governance, and he said the Igbos are good people. Remember the wordplay, God, good people. If you're a good people, you are a God people, right? If you're an evil people, you're a devil people, a white people, for example. But there's always exceptions to the rules, right? So in the ancient world, the civilizers who brought the light, who were considered good, the sons of Ra, the sons of the light, were the black people who civilized Egypt from the south. You know, you think Johnny-come-latelys were supporting a battle, from the north? No. They came from the south. Okay, the other races were in the north who were by the ships. And to this day, we all know that the slaves came on ships. Okay, these are the rowmen. Row, row, row your boat with the children of Horus. Take them to a new land, away from the Biafran forest. Why do they concentrate on the coast of Nigeria? They knew that the greatest warriors were there. They knew that a lot of people were there. Do the math, okay? The Igbos are the real Jews of Africa, and you know them by their works. The Ethiopians are Jews as well, but they are not Judah. They are, and if they are not the creme de la creme of Judah. We are. They are mixed with other stuff. We are the Afro-heavy, the African-heavy. Remember, Pharaoh kicked out Abram, said, take your bitch with you. Oh, excuse me, take your wife. Remember, Pharaoh kicked out Abram and said, take your wife with you. I don't want to offend God. That was symbolic of Africans being in charge and more consistent with God. Think about it. Why didn't Abraham say, you know what, I'm going to carry my cross? No. He was put in check by an African, a black African. He said, look, take your woman with you. I don't want to offend God. Remember what happened. Remember, the Jews were taken into captivity in the 1600s. So when did Abram go to Egypt? Exactly. There were blacker pharaohs there. The blacker in the beginning. Egypt is the story of man. It was blacker in the beginning, and the divine order was naturally set. And then when all these little snake whiners started crying up a storm, you know, it fell apart. And there were people from every race that fell into line with the black order of horse. Okay? Whites, Hittites, you name it. So when we were separated, some of them are like, brother. And we're like, brother. And now we're gone. You know, and it's all these snakes. You understand me? I mean, forget how we look. Just remember the order. The race doesn't matter because we were all different races than we are today in the temple anyway. My ancestors didn't look like me. Your ancestors did not look exactly like you. But then we were all in the temple together. The black and the Asian man together. The Caucasian, the Eastern Asian, the Asiatic, the African, the Nubian, the ancient Igbo. Before Igbo Uku even. Going way back thousands and thousands of years. The black and the Asian man together. And now you let these piss ants tear us apart when you are the little man with the heart of a giant. Don't let these piss ants who don't understand who they are tell you what to do. Fuck them. You tell them I belong with the giants because I have the heart of the giants. And you ain't telling me shit, you serpent. Fuck. You tell them Big Mecklope. Those of you who are Christians will understand right away. It's about building the temple with the upper Egypt or the upper soul. Okay, philosophy, the Afro-Asiatic philosophy. The Christ, the Messiah, the Anointed One, was the greatest divine war artist from the tribe of Judah and the greatest war artist that ever lived. His mind, body, and soul was superior. That's why he said at one point, don't you realize I could get a legion of angels right now and crush all these people right now if I wanted? He timed it out, okay? It was strategy, speed, and physical contact. So what happened? God's speed, my son. God came real fast, right on time. He timed everything out perfectly. He always had a witty response. He was a fast thinker. He was superior, mind, body, and soul. Render unto Caesar that which is his. He spoke in a way that wise men understood, but they could not prosecute him for. But they knew exactly what he was getting at. That's why they said, speak plainly. He knew Judas was a Kissinger type of Jew who was from the snake temple, and he knew he would betray him. And he timed it out so that he would die exactly on time. Jesus was not a con man. They are the con men. Jesus was a man sent by God to convert people, not to the con, but to the thinking of the light temple of God. Jesus came to bring a sword to rid us of Apep. Apep, to cut him open and free you from the belly of the beast, the serpent, Apep. The baby falcon, the baby hawk, EyASSES. They use the forbidden fruit and sexual immorality, and they have their eye on your baby's asses. And any sacred ground or any sacred temple they can desecrate them in, they will. And this is their religion, I promise you. I'm not just making this up. When you go against me, you are helping the people who have their eyes on your children's asses. That's why they named it the EyASSES.